forgot how big this makes my head.
I don't think your head grows and shrinks.
It doesn't, but this makes it appear like I have a large head.
Well, I wear a cap because otherwise I have a very round face. And so that's why I wear a cap. So it gives me a little bit of a oblong
So you're saying I should
shape.
start wearing a cap so that my head doesn't look as big?
No, 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 no. That might be worse, actually. If you already feel like your head is big, wearing a cap would only make it worse.
I'm doomed forever. That's what you're saying.
And just grow. You can go back to the 80s and puff your hair up a little
I
bit
just
and
like
make it.
lean back.
You can actually scoot your chair back if you want.
Oh, that might help. All right.
I think that we're live.
Okay, we're on.
I see hearts.
Pulling it together.
I see the hearts on the Facebook, and I see comments over here on YouTube. And I think that we're good. So, hey, folks, Lester and Jamie here. Happy Sunday. And it's a pleasure coming to you today. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world that has your focus and your attention. And I understand why. Don't think that we're oblivious to world events. Our hearts go out to the people in the Ukraine, as well as the people in Russia and people around the world, especially in Europe, who must be living in complete terror right now with all that's going on on that side of the world. We're blessed that we are over here, even though we have our own issues with the shortage, the supply and demand, and gas prices are rising. I think for the most part, we're not hunkered down in bunkers.
No.
And we're listening to sirens, air raid sirens blare from high above. And I can't imagine the horror that the families are going through, or we're not having to grab our belongings and try to run and cross some border into and be processed. And it's scary to me.
It's such an uncharted territory for us who live in the U.S. I think, and for those people over there who have families and animals and just general human beings in general. Like, I can't fathom what they're going through, but my heart goes out for them. My heart sinks about it. I know everybody's seeing it every day, all day. And we're not here to talk about sides or talk about the why or anything like that. I wanted to make a call out about the people and the animals and the things that we can't fix from here or can't help with from here, and just want to say a few prayers and just be aware. That's all.
Yeah. Honestly, we try as hard as we can. Sometimes we get ourselves caught up in something going on in the world, politics, or something to do with local or political things or other things. I just said things like 3 times in a row, but we do get caught up, and that's not what we're here for. But at the same time, we can't just pretend like everything is fine.
No.
And there's not people who are suffering greatly today, not just abroad, but even here. So people are going through stuff. People who have family over there. It's a scary time. So you guys just join us and make sure that we keep them folks in our thoughts. We can't control. That's the whole thing. Is you can consume yourself by watching the news and and just consuming yourself and allow that worry and that fear come into you, and you want to feel like you need to stay informed but ultimately there's not a whole lot that you or I can do. This is something that goes a lot deeper than what we even understand, and depending on what channel you watch, as always, there's always the propaganda people are out and about. And so I
think our message is that you don't have to pick a side or have a why or anything like that. Just I'd say to look at it as they are fellow human beings, and they are going through something that no one can probably imagine unless they've been there themselves, which is pretty few in this day and age.
Yeah. I think the biggest worry that most Americans probably feel is the fact that it could be very possible that servicemen, American, Australian, European soldiers could be sent into harm's way in all of this mess. And that is scary. That is very, very scary. So we're just blessed that we hope that our leaders are of clear mind and conscience and can make the right decision that's going to end this with as little hurt and fear as possible. And the one thing that is kind of neat about whenever you see things that are going on is that this might be the first time in a long time that it doesn't matter what channel you watch the news on, you're getting the same news. It doesn't matter if you get your news through the social media sources or the network newses or the cable newses, the major networks. It's about the same news. There's not really, maybe the difference is how people think it should be handled, but ultimately this is world news and this is history in the making, and it's scary. It is really scary to know that Europe could be back into a really bad situation.
I just think that, okay, here we are, it's 2022, and for the last several years, we have had so many historic things worldwide that uh, isn't everybody ready for a break from historic things? Doesn't everybody want to just like
Watch more I'm a Survivor videos,
yeah,
and just
raise a pig and a goat and walk out in the pasture with your horse? Like
yeah.
my heart bleeds for those people, basically.
If world events aren't scary enough, I had a scare of my own this week. I forgot what day it started on,
Tuesday.
But okay,
how could anyone forget?
So I get this. I have my phone here. I'm not going to. I'll share it with you gladly. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure I don't know if you can see anything with the lighting here.
No.
I'm pretty sure you've all gotten similar messages before from a random number. And it says your Amazon card was just charged 720 US dollars for order number, blah, blah, blah. And it says contact Amazon customer care. And then it gives me a number to push to cancel this transaction. So of course I'm driving, and I saw the text. I keep my phone up there where I can see things without having to take my eye off the road. And the text come through and I saw it and I read it and it scared me. So I pulled over and I'm thinking someone just charged Amazon of $720. So of course it says to cancel this order, call this number. So Lester does what I think it looks legit to me. Stop making that face.
I'm sorry, it's uncontrollable.
And so I call that number, and the voice that answered said Amazon customer care or customer service. And so I said, yes, I'm Lester Morrow, and my card has just been charged for a charge I did not make. And so he wants me to read out some information to him, and he's going to log into my account. And so he asked for my account information, and I willingly gave it to him. And then he said that, yeah, there have been 3 charges this morning, all for strange amounts and from other locations besides here in Houston. And there was an iPad, and there was a MacBook, and there was a large screen TV had been bought using my card. And I'm like, no, that's not me. Those are not mine. And he goes, okay, we're going to have to cancel the order. And he was going to just talk me through it. It seemed legit. And so I give him the information that he needs. He asked me the strange part, and when it began to get a little bit fishy, after I had given him the information that he had asked for to get logged into my account, he asked me to download an app that could help him walk me through the process of canceling these orders. So I downloaded the app he asked me. Well, on the side of the road, I downloaded this app he asked, which ended up giving him access to my phone. It was a kind of a mirror app, probably illegal, I'm guessing, unless people use that in business world or something. And so everything that I did on my phone, he could see, and which wasn't a whole lot right there. I had given him access to my Amazon. Guess what? Well, someone is saying, Lester, that's a scam. That's a scam. Yes, it gets worse.
Oh, it's way worse.
So the problem is, at some point, he and I were finished, and I thought that everything was going to be taken care of. He and I looked together at my Amazon, and there were no charges. Those crazy charges were not there. And so I think that we're good. So he and I disconnect, and it wasn't long until my bank calls, and it was the fraud department of my bank. And so what this guy had done was found his way into my phone. And once he's into my phone, he's into my passwords. He's into everything that I'm like you. My life is here. My photos, my videos. It was that app that he had me download that allowed him into my phone and into my world. And so, man, me and the fraud department with the bank, and I had to cancel and close out all credit cards and everything, my debit card. I'm lucky Jimmy had cash because I had no cash to my name. I was borrowing money throughout the week until I could get to my bank. My bank made me close my account, and I had to wait 24 hours and then come in personally to reopen an account with all new account numbers. And so, get this. Even after I had done that, the fraud department called me several times saying that whoever it was still getting access to my bank, just not to my new account numbers. So what they said was, this phone is no good. You can try to wipe the phone clean, but the thing is, these guys are so high tech that they can embed whatever the virus, whatever the attachment was, he could embed it into a photo, into a video, into a regular app. And so even if I was to wipe all the data clean, when I re-upload it or move things over, then it would be there again. So I was told to redo my entire iTunes, I'm not iTunes, what do they call that? Apple. My Apple ID. I had to go to a different source. I could no longer use my great little mini 12 that I love so much because it fits my hand just perfect. And I had to get a new phone. And I say I had to. I did not want to spend money on a new phone. I haven't even paid that one off yet. And before I could get a new phone, I had to pay that one off. So I had to go do that yesterday. I finally have the new phone. It's too big for my hand. It doesn't fit me the right way because this 12 mini, which I loved for as long as I've had it, it fits perfect. You know, things get to fit.
He can't read anything on it, but it fit his hand. He read that text though. He read it.
Well, I blew it up. I took a picture and I blew it up. So I just want you guys to understand that. Man, it's a scary world that we're living in because these folks, if my bank had not been aware that there were fraudulent attempts at charging now that was my bank where he started first, but it would have gone to my credit card eventually. I only carry one credit card that I use, and it would have gone to my credit card next. It would have gone to my PayPal. So I had to change, and the thing is, that's how we get paid. That's how we get paid through, of course, direct deposit from my work goes to my bank. The direct deposit from the Facebook and YouTube goes into the PayPal. And so this person or persons, whoever and whatever, yeah, I see all of the little shot. So, Jamie was mad at me for not being smarter than that.
No, hold on. I wasn't mad. Lester and I preached to our kids, our parents, my grandparents, about these scenarios, about being scammed and about letting people have access to Lex, who will click on any link that comes to his phone. Yeah. We preach this. So for whatever reason, it caught Lester in a moment of busy, and he saw the text and responded. I was not with him.
Well, if I had been home, I would have probably gone to my computer and went straight to Amazon to see what all had happened. But because I'm driving and I'm trying to do this while I'm driving, it was just a really, but for a lot of folks who are saying it's okay now, everything's good.
Okay.
I lost no money in any of this. I lost everything is back, all my credit card and bank card. And everything's
just
changed.
Out an iPhone mini, he had to move to the bigger phone.
So the only thing it cost me is the fact that I have this great phone that's still less than 2 years old that I love, and all it's good for is making videos because I can't do anything else with it. Yeah. But no, I can use it locally, but I can't ever do anything on it because it's not even in service anymore. But yeah, that's how scary and how fast scammers can ruin your life. And ruin your financial life anyway, because that would have been bad. And it makes me scared to know that in a way you have to give people access to information. When I went to reinstall, but when I went to install Facebook yesterday on the new phone, it asked me for the credit card information, and I said I didn't want to give it, but you're required to.
Not Facebook.
Apple.
Apple. When you went to
Apple, yeah. it required
To download any apps, Apple requires you to have a payment
Yes,
source.
and I'm like,
so weird.
so that means that I have to once again put my information out there and just hope that I don't get suckered in again. But a lot of us, who deal with in the modern world with online banking and stuff, it's scary. It is a very scary world that we live in. But I'm blessed that we came out okay. The fraud people were on the job that day. It wasn't after hours for anybody. And I answered my phone right when they called, and they talked me through everything, and they canceled everything. So
we checked every single account, every login, down to the weird ones that you never use anymore. We went, there's people saying to check your post office address, check all the things. We've done an extensive amount of recovery there.
Yeah, and for the folks who are saying make sure you file a police report, there's actually been 2 reports filed. One from my bank, which I think will be taken more serious because that's a federal kind of a thing, and then even the AT&T.
Yeah, even with AT&T,
even AT&T, they took a copy of that text and that number, and they made their own fraud report.
Yeah.
So it will hopefully be addressed, but all they'll do is change their number. They'll change their location or whatever they do. And so, yeah, I agree. Never click on links, guys. Never click on links. That's such a scary thing because you don't know what you're clicking into.
I actually have a funny scam story.
Oh, a funny story.
You may remember
funny
it.
Scam story?
A little bit. It's a little bit funny. Funny, haha, like that. So a couple years ago, do you remember when we bought my grandma and grandpa their first cell phone? Do you remember this story?
I remember your grandmother's screen, her thumb.
No, not that one, not that part. That's funnier later.
Okay.
So we bought her this phone called the Jitterbug, which allowed them to only call the contacts saved, and you could still get calls from anywhere else. But it was a flip phone. It was supposed to be really simple, right? So about a month later, I'm checking. I'm like, Grandma, how's the phone working out? She goes, well, everything's great, but I keep getting these calls from this woman who wants to dirty talk to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to block. I don't even know how to deal with this. I don't know how to block it. I don't know how to whatever. She goes, it's okay. She goes, the worst part is your grandpa keeps trying to beat me to answer the phone. I was like, oh my God.
Oh no. He wanted to hear that dirty talk.
He was like, I'll handle it. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was a little bit embarrassing, funny, just a little family giggle that we have about that.
I feel like, and I'm putting myself in this category, that it's always the seniors that are picked on. No, because I think that if I had been a few years younger, this would have never happened to me. They would have not even attempted to pick on me. Because they know that when people get to be my age, they start losing it a little bit.
Wrong. They know that none of the young kids use text to respond, which is why our kids never respond to us.
That's probably true. They only use Snapchat or TikTok or whatever.
So they can't Snapchat them a link to call back, because that would mean they have to talk to someone. So they target us because we are old enough to know that you have to talk on the phone sometimes.
That's true. The comments are going by so fast. I don't know but all I keep saying over and over is your Facebook account safe? And I'm saying, yes, guys, Facebook was never an issue. Facebook was never an issue. What the issue is that they could have, could have got into my PayPal. And that's PayPal is how it's like a bank. Yeah. If you don't know about PayPal, that's how I pay for a lot of stuff electronically. That gives you, they also have fraud protection and stuff, but no, everything is fine now. And I think I've created quite the panic here.
I don't think it's a panic. I think the reason that we wanted to share we can laugh about it now.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, baby. Paula says, I get those same texts and I don't even have an Amazon account. Yeah, I should cancel mine too. I don't use Amazon a lot. I know you do. Yeah, I know that you do. I have one because I have ordered things from Amazon or eBay, but I don't use it. I should just cancel those accounts. Go back to a barter system where I can just trade off chickens and ducks for what I need. And a couple of geese. I got a couple of geese that I'm thinking about. I'm kidding. I'm joking with you, obviously.
We're not cool for 2 weeks.
We're not cool for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you how we can kind of make things a little bit cool. Let's talk about old Trixie. My gosh. Whew. It started last week, and it was on this exact same time during this exact same live. And I'm not even going to say if it was on Facebook or YouTube, because it may have been on both. But someone says, hey, where's Trixie? And then someone went over to the little page, and they're like, I haven't seen Trixie in any videos. Where's Trixie? And next thing you know, We had Jamie's live, Jake's live was just people
Your
was
life.
my life was just there was a bombardment of foot stompers. I always do that. I don't think anyone is actually at home doing this and stomping their feet and holding up signs and blocking the highways, demanding to see Trixie. But I just kind of in my mind imagine that it's like a what they call that whenever like it begins to grow and it's like a feeling or a mood begins to like grow. And I just feel like the tip, huh?
I don't know what word you're looking for.
I'll think about it as soon as we're done with this live.
Wow.
But yeah, it happens to be one person asked, and two jump on board, then three and four. Then before you know it, you have an army of demanders screaming for answers. And so we have tried like crazy to include Trixie in videos this week. But guys, you don't understand what you're asking of us. You do not understand what you're asking of us. We have almost lost kittens. We've almost lost ducks. We've almost lost little chicks. We've almost lost, you name it. Trixie, I love her, but she's a bad girl. Read my lips. I love her. I do. You can't help but love sometimes people that hurt you the most. Trixie's a bad girl. She's naughty. And she's not allowed to come outside with me. If I drive the side by side or the four wheeler or my
Which
truck,
is always going, for the record here. There's always a vehicle. I mean, it's a busy place. A busy place.
I take off on, yes, and it's not just me. The Amazon people drive up the driveway and Trixie goes right to the exhaust pipe and she puts her mouth around it. And you've seen these videos. Don't make us make another one just to appease all the foot stompers and those who are going to loot and riot because they don't see Trixie in videos. Trixie she's not I love her. And I don't like talking about those that I love so much, baby, but she's not good.
Lester might fuel it a little bit because, he likes to live on the edge and likes all the naughty players. Like he loves them 10 times more because that's just who he is.
Somebody has to love him, Jamie. So I'll be that guy. Go ahead.
Trixie is like a constant rotation. Okay. So like if she is eating at the same time, everybody's eating in the house. Trixie is at their throats and faces and causing problems.
Trixie
in the house.
Needs training is what, yeah. So who's going to do that? Keep going. I was thought it was a funny guy.
So we have to do a constant like shuffle. Like it's always about, doing what's best for everyone. Like we won't cater to one. And it's why you don't see her in a lot of videos.
If y'all think that she's bad outside, she's just as bad on the inside of the house. She is just as naughty on the inside of the house. So we have to separate her. They fight over food. And this is how bad it is. So Maggie and Trixie, when you see them outside, you would think they're the best of friends, but inside the house, they have this stare down thing.
You've never seen RBF until you've seen Maggie's face when Trixie is inside.
Yeah.
And it causes a lot of turmoil. Like it's a huge stressor. I can't be on Zoom calls. I can't do anything. And Trixie barks at every single vehicle that comes here. She lets herself out the front door. So if I'm on a Zoom call, I can't go walk to close the door. No. So then Trixie flies out chasing whatever. And then everything else comes in. Suddenly there's a duck on the table. There's a baby goat running through the house.
Yeah, that would be.
It's just madness. So we have to do a lot of put Trixie here, put people here.
We forgot about that. She chases Jake's little goat around. Yeah. She chases that little goat, and that little goat's a sweetie, y'all. She's a sweet little girl, Beth.
Yeah.
And Trixie likes to chase her around. So we keep Trixie. There's a lot of places that if you have a good eye, you might can see Trixie. She stays in our stalls a lot, the horse stalls. A lot of times by day when I'm about to go down and feed up, I'll put Trixie inside of the stall because she can't get out. She's still outdoors. She's in the horse's stall. You okay?
Yeah, my eyes are itching.
I really do appreciate I forgot exactly who said it, but she actually wrote a paragraph and she says, she addressed this before I did. And she addressed it on the page where everyone was demanding to see Trixie. And she said the Morrow's videos average between 10 and 15 minutes long of a day. Think about how many hours of that day that you don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And how can anyone sit there and make such demands and start throwing out, casting, what do they call that? Casting shade on people and everything else. I forgot how she worded it. It was so beautifully worded. And it's when you only get a snippet of the day. See, we would never make a video of Trixie barking all day or barking all night, or the way she goes to the door because she wants to go outside. So
5,000
Jami
times.
wakes up and lets her out, and as soon as Jami gets back to the bed, she comes and she takes her little nails and she knocks on the glass door to get back in. So Jami's up and down, up and down.
Meanwhile, Lester is peacefully having the greatest night's rest of his entire life every night.
So what I'm saying is, you guys have no idea the struggle, and that's not our type of page. To bring you the struggle, because people's perceptions of the animals are important to us. And even though we can create a cast of characters here, there's not really a whole lot of fun that comes out of Trixie, because she's going to get herself hurt one day. She's going to either hurt somebody or get herself hurt. And then who's going to be to blame? Then you're going to be stomping your feet and holding up the highways, mad at me for allowing her to get hurt. So let us handle Trixie the way that we have learned to handle her. She's loved, she's fed, she is protected from the elements, and she's just naughty.
And you'll see her from time to time, but don't, like, when you come and demand, like it puts a thing in us of like why is that today's focus out of all the good and all the other things?
Oh, M, F, and G. Where's Tank? Where's Huey? Where's Tank? Where's who else? Jami, CJ.
Pretty soon they're gonna ask where's Jami. That's where they're gonna figure she's saying. Where's
Jami? Where's I'm a survivor? I'm done. Sheesh. Y'all stop. Well, you go ahead with what you were saying, babe. Because it's true. When you start demanding of people who don't like to be demanded of.
Well, nobody goes to Netflix and writes them a letter and says, I'm never going to watch again unless I see, Beth or whatever, whoever animal or special horse that was on there, anything like that, or any video like that. So like to come to us and be like, where's Trixie? I demand this and I demand. No, we don't. No.
Oh no. Where's Ellie? Where's Ellie? Now the demands are, where's Ellie? Ellie is wrapped around Megan's little finger. That's where Ellie is at. Hey,
Ellie is being a 22-year-old young man and embracing all of the new things that come to his life. And that's okay.
That's okay. I'm very proud of Ellie. He's just finished coaching his second season of his flag football. He's very involved in playing basketball. Him and Megan are doing their thing. Ellie was here Friday. We played Clue. I don't know who remembers how to play Clue, but we had game night. Every Friday is our game night. And sometimes if Lex is here, even Saturdays, we play games a lot. And so Lex and Ellie were here Friday night, and we played Clue until the wee hours of the night. And I won, by the way. I don't lose a lot. I'm a very good game player.
I guessed the right answer.
And I went behind her.
Yeah.
We play a lot of games. What's on our list, babe?
Okay, so I was all excited because right before we came down here, the sun finally came out. It's been 5 days since we have seen sunshine, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go into a live. We're gonna miss the only sunshine that's coming. And I was sad but happy at the same time because the sun's out.
That's scary.
That is scary. I don't know if they can hear.
I don't think y'all can hear what we can hear, but we hear a supersonic jet just flew low right over our house. Well, we're in Jake's house. That was scary. That was a scary sound.
People heard it.
No, they couldn't hear that.
They're saying it.
Y'all can hear that? That was scary. That was low. The Bush Intercontinental Airport is about 30 minutes from here, 30 miles. And so we see planes making their descent, but they're still thousands and
Not like
thousands
that.
of feet up. But that right there was low. That
And
that came right over the
It
house.
doesn't sound like a commercial Southwest plane.
No, that wasn't
flying
Southwest.
over.
That was military something. Maybe they're doing drills or some kind of training exercise, flying low. But that was like right over the house. I'm scared. My heart was beating.
That is still, might still give it a little extra.
Yeah. Okay, the sun is out. And I told Jamie that I think that we're all begging for spring. We're ready for spring. And, you know, February around here is always our ugliest month. It is. It's just the
I think
one.
it's the ugliest in most places. February, March.
It's what?
February is generally pretty harsh everywhere.
Yeah, but no, that's the whole thing about March. March happens, and I made a video about this recently. March happens, and all of a sudden, Mother Nature says, "Oh, okay, here we go," and all of a sudden, it gets beautiful around here.
That's true.
And here we are at the end of February, and we're like saying, I don't think it's going to happen this year. I don't think March is going to happen. And all of a sudden, before we come over here, the skies parted, the sun came out, it warmed up to a decent temperature. And it has been nasty. It has been nasty. The roads have been slushy and sloppy, and it's been a wet cold. And I know this, you guys who live all over the country and the world, you already know this. But Texas doesn't really experience a whole lot of what we experienced last year and this year. But we're ready for March, and that sun out there looks like that's what I've been waiting for.
It's true, but what Lester
winter
says to me whenever I say, "Oh my gosh, the sun's out, it's beautiful," he goes, "That's actually bad for us." And I'm like, how can the sun be bad? What does this mean?
It's good for the spirit.
Yeah, it's great for the soul, it's great for the spirit, it's great for your skin. Like, we need that.
But what's going to happen is, and I tried to explain, you know, here comes a teacher in Lester. And I'm like, when we have those clouds, even though it's sloppy and ugly outside, the clouds help hold in a little bit of heat. They do. The clouds make it to where the heat can't escape. And so we're actually warmer on those cloudy nights. Tonight is going to be cold, really and clear, which means it's going to be extremely cold. I think it says maybe 24.
That's what it said when I looked last.
And so that's, at least it's
a
dry cold.
What a massive drop in a short amount of time in a whirlwind of weather for us in this 24-hour period. And it's not, so as much as I was really excited about suddenly I went, well,
look you there, Jamie. 83 degrees in sunny Florida today. That's just great. Just rub it in, sunny Florida.
Just keep on twisting that knife and pour salt in it. It's fine. We can handle it. We got it. It's fine. It'll be fine.
I told Jamie a couple of days ago, I told her about Longhorn Lester's and what a dream this is going to be whenever everything is finally done and Longhorn Lester's, my dream becomes reality. And then I says, Jamie, what's your dream? I've never asked about your dream. And I hate that I've never asked you, what is your dream? And so she said that she used to have this dream. She used to have this dream where she could have enough money to own 4 homes.
Not big, like condos or apartments.
But the funny thing about that is not that anyone can own 4 homes. That's ridiculous, by the way. But she was going to travel to each home by seasons based on the weather. So I'm sure she'd spend her winters in sunny Florida.
Yeah.
Or San Diego.
San Diego was like the neutral, 7 degrees sunny place.
Then she'll go where there's no humidity during our summers. Where would that be? What state has no humidity?
So I always thought that I would keep a place in Illinois, so because my family is, and I wanted San Diego because 70 and sunny, Florida because it's beautiful in the winter, and then New York City to have a place in the summer to visit, to do things. And that was probably like the shortest window and the worst idea, but everything else, that was my original dream. Clearly that's changed.
Well, yeah, because someone said you might could try 4 tiny houses, and that would be fine.
Pretty much live in a van in each of those places. It's fine.
Hey, people do that. People do that, and
and
they seem very happy doing that.
They do.
I saw, now it's kind of gross because of those folks who live in the vans and nomadic lifestyles, they can't shower or have restrooms to go to on a regular, but they seem very happy and they enjoy that nomadic lifestyle, just traveling with the seasons. following work. They travel where they can find work, and they do that in vans and campers and tents. And yeah, but that's not me. I need to have a bed. I need to have here's my thing. I cannot go to sleep, you know this, without having a bath or a shower. I have to.
No,
I
same
have
for
to
me.
be clean, huh?
Yeah, I'm not a morning shower. Neither are you. We're evening.
Well, hold on. I morning shower when it's cold because that warms my body up.
But there's a lot of people that don't take the nighttime. Like they only shower first thing
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to each his own. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. All I care about is that she's clean. I don't give a darn about who does it, but she better be clean because I'm clean.
Because I'm the one out in nasty Crocs in the pasture all the time.
Now that's different. Now, Jamie, come on, that's different.
You want to show them what's on your feet right now?
Do I have to?
Yeah, come on.
Wait, what are all those little flies from? Hey, from Scotland. Jamie,
don't you change the subject. Show them your choice of footwear recently.
It's cold. It's cold.
Not that cold.
How am I going to lift my leg up this high anyway?
Just take it off. It's fine. Just take it off and show them what you decide to become part of your everyday wardrobe. I don't think you can get it up that high. You did this. You did this.
I said they're very comfortable. They're very warm. They are clean-ish. I don't work in them. I only wear them when I dress up.
For his dress up day.
I only wear them when I dress up. And I feel like this kind of dressed up. And I did take Jamie out dancing last night, and I did not wear these. So, I actually wore real boots.
Only because I said you couldn't.
Whatever, you're making that up.
Okay, he didn't try to do that, but he definitely walked out the door the other day, wore them on his bus run, all the places. I'm like, why?
First of all,
why do we have to do this?
No one ever sees me on my bus run. Kids don't look at your feet.
All the bus moms see you.
The bus moms don't see my feet. They see me when I wave and smile and tip my hat, but that's about all. I'm never like getting off my bus and doing a little dance with them or anything, and like I do with Jake. I only dance in these boots with Jake. Okay, so y'all can relax already. But the bus moms do not look at my feet. I promise you that.
So
bus moms.
Thanks to whoever sent the sweet Crocs snow boots.
My Smurf boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else you got, Jamie? What else you got?
You just mentioned we went dancing last night. It was fun. I came out of the bathroom laughing, and Lester's like, "What? Why are you laughing? What happened in the bathroom?" And I was laughing at myself because, okay, this is a woman admission right here. When we're going pee in the restroom, you only see your neighbor's shoes, right? And if they're cute, it's customary to compliment someone on your shoes, especially when you walk out of the stall together instead of that like weird awkward silence of like who's going to go to the sink first, or whatever. You compliment them on their shoes. That's all you've had time to pay attention to. And I was giggling because she said at the same time as I did, and then we talked about I found them on Amazon or whatever, and that's just like a thing that women do. And he's like, I don't get it.
I didn't know why I was left out of the joke. I didn't see why Jamie would go to the bathroom and make a friend. And then her and her friend come out of the bathroom and they're like just giggling and laughing. And I'm like, she hasn't laughed that way with me in years. And so I might have been a little taken back, like, the heck, you go to the bathroom, you come out with a best friend. Who does that?
And then I said Amazon, which is still a really touchy subject. And you can just imagine how that went.
So I guess a funnier story is that in the guys' restroom, since we kind of have to look straight ahead. In a man's restroom with the urinals, you have to look straight ahead. You cannot ever look down at someone's feet. Don't you dare do that. And don't you dare let me see you looking at my feet, okay, or anything else. But so in the men's urinals, what they've been doing at these places is putting ads. Things they want you to read, things they want to advertise to you, because you have to read them because you can't take your eyes off of them. So you have to look straight ahead and you're looking right at. And so the bigger the ad is, obviously the more money that they're paying to advertising. But how clever is that for advertisers to put their ads directly in front of a urinal, because you can't miss it.
Because they know that you aren't going to be looking either way.
Because you're not going to look left and you're not going to look right. You're going to look straight ahead and you're going to read every one of those ads for as long as you have to pee.
They don't put them in the women's stall, so they must know we're just looking at shoes.
That's funny. I'm blushing.
The things that you learn on Sanctuary Sundays.
Right.
The bathroom etiquette in the weirdest ways.
Hey, we did not talk about the extra videos we've been putting out.
Oh, yeah. The end of the month.
Everyone knows at the end of the month, and this here, February being a short month, we've been throwing out a couple of extra videos. I've been trying as hard as I can not to get so far ahead. I am not the procrastinator type. I am not. As a matter of fact, I panic if I even get close to having a date where there's not a video scheduled to play. And the difficulty that I have in knowing that Jake and Jami, Ellie, especially those three, use the exact same content around the house as what I do, is that if my videos that I make are scheduled too many days ahead, then my video is going to be old news when it finally comes out. Yeah. And so it kind of forces us to make videos and release them in a lot faster manner, so that even though we've always said there's real time, then there's Facebook and YouTube time. So what you see in a video probably didn't happen that same day. It
very rarely.
Very rarely. The only time that it's in real time are these lives. This is happening right now. But any video has been recorded usually a day or two earlier, maybe even longer. And then, but what I've been trying to do is not go into a brand new month with older content. And so at the end of the month, I start pushing everything out. So I'm sorry, I know it gets a little bit overwhelming for the folks who love to keep up and you like to watch everything. You have a lot of channels to watch already. Yeah. And now you've gotten multiple videos on the same channel. So that's just something that I've been trying to do to push things out.
The end of the month always holds that for us. We like to start fresh. So it just makes sense.
Yeah.
But speaking of making sense, so we worked today to try to simplify some things for everyone. And I want to talk about some of that. So y'all remember the fan page called Sanctuary Tales, who started with the intention of just being a place for people to, gather together to talk about some of the videos, to potentially share some of the things that they love, that type of thing. And as we developed, as that developed for the past 6 months or so, maybe it's been a year, I'm not sure. It sort of grew to a different space. And as Facebook has evolved and changed how they show, what they approve, all the things, we have found a lot of confusion between that. So Lester and I spoke to the ladies that run that, and we just felt like it was a very smart move to shut down the Sanctuary Tales page. I know that they've put their heart and soul into that, and there's a lot of work in moderating all the content and things, but the sharing of YouTube videos to Facebook is something that Facebook hates, because Facebook doesn't own YouTube and YouTube doesn't own Facebook. And it just created a lot of confusion in the way that things came out in order. And we know that not everybody is tech savvy and knows where to look for things and that type of thing. So as of today, the Sanctuary Tales page is closed. There's a message on there for me, for anyone that runs into it, that says, hey, bring it back to the Sanctuary Facebook page and let's have everybody engage there. Let's watch the videos from here, because then there's so less confusion around who's in order and what's in order and that type of thing. And if people have questions, by all means, ask us. Our email is always open. We do our best to respond to all of those. And we still try to acknowledge the comments. We read them all, but we can't respond to every single one. And we just feel that is a better fit for the community of I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. You were so quiet during that.
You told me not to talk because Jami and I have a very different way of saying things. Jami is the diplomat. I am more of the straight shooter when it comes to stuff like that. My personal opinion, can I share it, or would you rather me just? No. Oh, here we go. Look. Yeah, she grabbed me. That means I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not allowed to talk.
What it means is there isn't any further explanation that's needed. And if anyone has questions, they are welcome to contact us directly.
I'm a survivor. I'm sorry. All of Mario Hill's videos can be found on our pages.
Yes.
You don't have to go to an outside page to find our content. I got to say this.
No.
I got to say it. It's nothing mean. It's nothing mean. There's nothing mean.
I'm going to hold your hand just in case.
Okay, hold my hand. We blood, sweat, and tears.
It's true. It's true.
We put our hearts into our video content. We do. We bleed, we sweat, and we cry, and we deal with the heat, and we deal with the cold, and we deal with Mother Nature. We deal with loss. We deal with birth, and what we try to do in the capturing of those moments, and the editing of these videos, and the amount of time in uploading this stuff. This belongs to us, and we give it to you. And I've never thought it was fair that anybody takes our content and puts it on their own page. Now, they've never said, this is my video, duh. They would never do that, I would hope. Well, some people have. Other pages have. There have been tons of pages who steal content as their own. So, in my opinion, and I've always had this opinion, if you want our material, come to our pages.
Yeah.
We do not and we will not ever support anybody copying and using our content, even if it is because they have a deep love of the sanctuary or the babies. The content is here. We make it, we build it, we deserve it. It's ours.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Okay, pause.
I will stop.
I'm going to piggyback on one more thing and just say,
I'm just going to drink my Dr. Pepper.
You said something earlier about what people see are 10 to 15 minutes of 24 hours a day. Collectively, all together, you might see an hour between everybody's videos, but that's 1 hour of 24. And the only people who know what else happens in those 23 hours are us. And for any questions, we know the answers and don't need anybody else to share it for us. And like I said, the people who created that had the best intentions. It just doesn't make sense for us moving forward. So if you have questions, you can ask us, and we're happy to answer those. Let's move on to something super positive because I see your face.
Oh, I have a lot more.
Nope. No, I'm gonna hold you with two hands this time.
Well, so what's funny is I say it's funny, but Jami overheard me making my rant video because I was on quite the rant. I was on a tear. They call it a tear. The seniors call that a tear. I was on a tear.
Okay.
I think I call it a tear. And
tangent.
So Jami was going to try to handle it in a diplomatic kind of a way, which I guess that's cooler minds do prevail. I already know that. And so I just do not want anyone to ever what they call undue valor or undue glory. That's just not cool. When someone takes credit for someone else's work, not cool. And so that's that. So I will hold off on the video, and I hope that this can just be squashed right here. Thank you, because there are tons of yes, good for you. And so I don't think that we were so wrong in making that decision.
Nobody said it was wrong. What we're saying is it's done, and we're going to move on from it. And
man, you got me locked down over here. And she's squeezing.
Listen, we're all survivors of something, okay? And we're going to survive this just like y'all will. And it's okay. We started off this video talking about there are much bigger, horrific things going on in this world. This is the least of the worries.
Stolen valor is what it's called.
I don't want anyone to stress or to say anything to anyone about it. Let's just drop it and move on. Less is more. That is my theme of the day. Less is more. It's all good. Look, your face is red and everything. Like
I need to try that oil of Olay.
Oh my God, the oil.
Y'all don't even know about that yet because that video hasn't come out. We did a gifting goodie yesterday. Jami and I did it together.
Coveralls, by the way. So don't be all judging on like what I'm wearing in that. It was cold.
Oh, it was cold and wet, and it was raining slush. It was like, have you ever had a slushy from Sonic? Yeah, it was raining slushy.
It was.
And we were inside the big barn. We had the truck, the tractor bucket, the side by side
and a stack.
And a huge stack of gifts and goodies that we had not been opening because the weather was just horrific. And then it was kind of my dad that forced this to happen because somebody sent something to my dad, which is sweet. I love that you all love and appreciate my dad and my mom, Gigi. Yet this person did not see my dad acknowledge their gift. And so they sent my dad a message, and my dad, he accepts messages in all shapes and forms and sizes. And my dad's like, well, no, I have not seen that. And so this person says, well, it says it was delivered yesterday. And my dad goes, well, I don't know who got it. So then my dad doesn't just come down to the house and dig through all of the packages.
No, because it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So my dad would rather send a text to the entire family. And when I say the entire family, we have probably 20 or 30 people on a big group message. And my dad's like, says, who has this package? It was sent to 10508. Whose address is that?
I don't know that it sounded just like that.
No. I add voices.
That's Lester's version.
That's my version because I am, let me make the story good. Let me make the story good. So my dad is raising his fist and stomping where's my package? It was delivered to 10508. Who got it? And so Jami, in her very diplomatic way, says it might be out in the packages. We haven't had a chance to open gifts and goodies in a while. And so, but me, I'm like, I pretty much said to the entire family that, you know what, I'm not even going to say what I said in reply. Bottom line is, we made a gift and goodies yesterday, and we have delivered all of the packages to where they belong. And in said gift and goodies, I gave you Pawpaw's address. So now he can get his own packages, and he can go, what's wrong?
You're pointing and being very aggressive to our bosses.
Okay. That's right. You are our bosses. Yes, we do work for you. I have said that a number of times. Am I pointing at my bosses?
You were definitely shaking the finger and pointing.
Man, I tell you what, it's funny how fast you can get worked over such silly things, right?
Yeah. So last night, after we get done feeding Lester, we're doing a gift and goodies. And I'm like, right.
It was in the cold.
I can't feel my fingers. He's like, we're doing it right now. So we did it. And you know what? It turned out to be one of the most hilarious, amazing gift and goodies that we've done in a really long time. It
was good because there was a lot of emotion in it. It was
not this emotion either, for the record. It was not that. No. It was really good. It's a really great video. People were so kind and thoughtful, and just they surprised us in ways that I think that
I'll just say that Jami, Jami cried more than I did yesterday. Jami cried more than I did.
I did.
And so I know that a lot of folks can't, the gifts and goodies take time to, they're long because you can't open, no matter how much cutting and editing I do, you have to do justice to the people that send things, and so it takes time. And these are not for everybody. Some gifts and goodies are something that a lot of people do. What is that kid? Who is that kid that makes the videos?
His own like toy show.
Ryan's World. This little kid, well, his parents have become rich because Ryan, I'm sure his dad is the mastermind behind it. I think I saw that documentary. So the dad is the mastermind behind it. And Ryan opens gifts and tries them out, right? He tries them out and makes videos. The dad makes videos of Ryan
plays with the toys.
Ryan trying out the toys, and then there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of views of people, I'm guessing adults, watching Ryan try out certain toys. And so this family has become very, very wealthy from a kid opening and trying out toys.
Yeah.
So I know there's people out there who enjoy seeing people open gifts. I know that
they want to see you try out all your toys that you get.
I do. I try. I'm wearing these boots right now. I'm wearing the boots. And you see behind me all kinds of things that we've been gifted.
It's true.
No, I know that gifts and goodies are long videos, and not everyone likes seeing them, and because it's hard to know that there are people who are struggling in the world and in our country and right here locally with being out of work and for so many other things going on, and yet here we are opening a whole barn full of gifts and goodies. And most things are for the animals. And so we know that you love these animals. But then when they send stuff to us, it's like, how who am I to be receiving such blessings when other people around us are struggling, And so it's difficult on my conscience to make a gifting goodie. But at the same time, I know that people get a gift in giving, and you don't want to deny them that blessing. They get a blessing from that, and you don't want to deny it. Why are you still squeezing me so hard?
I'm not. I just was holding your hand now.
Oh, now she's just holding my hand. Sometimes I don't know if I'm rambling on.
Oh no,
or I got the shakes.
Lean in and like stick my head in front of yours and.
Oh yeah, Jamie she can certainly police me, and you guys don't even know the half of it.
Full-time job.
It is a full-time job, but I believe that we have covered everything on the teacher notes. Is there anything else that you want to talk about or share?
There's some really great videos coming up this week. There's a lot going on around here. Everybody has had their cameras out in the cold, in the rain, in the slush. And we've been working really hard, actually, not just at videos, just at things going on around here. I don't know. I think that's about it. I'll be here Tuesday night with y'all for Time Out Tuesday. I'm sure Jake's gonna join in. So you know what? Actually, we're gonna play Cards Against Humanity this Tuesday.
Oh, is it gonna be the booty edition?
We are not playing the booty edition. No, that is not safe for Facebook.
Yeah, so I don't not many people watch my Friday live, but I ran across this part of the Cards Against Humanity. This is I'm just gonna say it the nice way. I'm not gonna even say it. You can read for yourself. And I'm like, what in the world?
Pack. The ace pack.
The ace pack. And so I've never seen such in my life. So yeah, I'll be excited. So you're inviting me to play?
Yes, and I think that we should invite maybe Sister Kim and Bree too. We should make this a.
Hold on, you're inviting me to a live?
Well, yeah, you're all
okay, well, y'all heard it here. Don't think that Lester just shows up and starts rambling about stuff, because I was invited.
We're gonna have to step out of the studio though and like take over Jake's living room.
Yeah,
that's gonna.
Oh, they're never gonna fit in here.
Going down for real.
We should invite Kim and Bree. Bree would like
How weird would it be for everybody to have it live on their pages all at once? Like we have this wall of cameras and.
No, because y'all are gonna start being mean. If whoever has the less number of viewers, y'all are gonna start picking on them. Because they're not gonna be over here watching Lester play Cards Against Humanity, even though it'd be the exact same video.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same video. It would be like who their like go-to person would be. It would be the channel that they would probably watch.
I don't think I want to know that. I'm afraid that would be that would turn.
I just thought it would look really neat with all the cameras lined up, like how newsroom of it would be.
Wait, that kind of reminds me of my dream that I had.
Yes, I know.
That's like that dream that I had about a month ago, where I had this dream of all of that at a table, all videoing each other from our own perspectives and our own positions around the table. That's scary.
It would be scary.
Yeah, we'd be doing it live, so you can't take anything out. And this game, it actually says it on the game. It's a party game for horrible-minded people, Jamie. And there might be some really sweet people on here. And so what happens is, this is what I've discovered, is that whenever you make a video and you say ahead of time, this is not the kind of video that's for everybody. So a lot of times the teachers will show the videos of the animals to their classes and whatnot. So I never want to make a video that I know is not appropriate, in case that teacher doesn't have time to preview it. So I'll say ahead of time, this isn't a video for everybody. So you might, whatever, watch with caution. And those videos always get the darndest most views. I swear to Jesus that those videos get more views when I say you shouldn't watch it if you're sensitive in nature. And those are the ones that bust out with.
Because everybody knows that something like, I probably shouldn't say this, or I probably shouldn't do this, is gonna fly out of your mouth. And then the most ridiculous thing that's like a train wreck that nobody wants to watch but also can't stop watching happens.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now that we should not video this game being played on Tuesday night on Jamie's live. But if we can get Bree and Jake and Kim, I don't think Ellie will be here on Tuesday. You and me, we could get, how many is that? 5?
Yeah, that's plenty.
So you don't have to have even numbers then, and we could put it on your live. And I'm telling you right now, you probably shouldn't watch this, because you may feel differently about us when you do. You are. You're going to feel differently about us after you watch this.
It's going to be great.
And I don't want you to think differently about me. Or do I?
You know what? I feel like that we put our whole selves out here, and people can love us, they can hate us, they can despise us, or they can laugh with us. Whatever it is, nobody's forced to be here.
Someone says, please invite Uncle Dan. He
We
would
should
be
invite
good.
Uncle Dan.
If he's home from work by then, we should, because Dan is funny.
Maybe he'll bring his angel voice.
You guys don't know enough about Uncle Dan. That's my brother. Jake's dad. Uncle Dan is hilariously funny. He's the funniest guy around here. He's funnier than me. He's funnier than Jake. Yeah, we're kind of dumb funny, but Dan is just legit straight up funny. And he sings with an angel voice. Yes.
I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be totally amazing.
I'm out of Dr. Pepper, and we've gone our hour, so I think we've about exceeded what people can stand of us.
Well, that happens.
But for real, y'all keep what's going on in the world in your minds and your prayers. Don't consume yourselves with things you can't change. Just
be kind. Be kind to those that surround you, that you interact with, because none of us have any idea who's connected to what or what battle they are trying to fight internally. So
someone said that game's going to send Bree into labor.
She'd probably welcome that. So great. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
Thank y'all for inviting us, allowing us into your homes and into your phones. I like that little model. I did not make that up. I read that somewhere. You made that up, and I just took it over.
You stole it.
Yeah, but it really is. It's true though, because you do. You're watching this somehow either on your phone or on your device, on your TV sometimes, and that's awesome that you allow us into your homes like that or into your phones, and we appreciate that because I know there's a lot more people who are more deserving to be watched than what we are, us misfits. But we appreciate it, and we love you guys for that. And that's all I have to say, Jamie.
All right. Thanks for loving us. We hope you all have a very blessed Sunday. We'll see you Tuesday night at 6 Central for
Oh no, Cards Against Humanity
on Timeout Tuesday. All right, y'all. Have a good day.
Bye, YouTube, Facebook, and end.